Summons a relic of a random element that stays near you, depending on the element chosen. 1/3 second cooldown. Relic minion will have an anger, hatred, or wrath aura. They explode when they die. Fuck yeah, I love that. You already have a relic of the chosen one. Its duration will be refreshed instead of summoning a new one. There's no way I interpreted that right. That's not permanent anger, hatred, and wrath, right? If you already have one, its duration will be refreshed. There's no limit where it says you can only have one. Yeah, the last 5 seconds. This number also doesn't get affected by skill effect duration. It's not a skill, right? So only minion duration works. On extending the duration of it. 25% on hit. 0.3 second cooldown. Right here you have about 40% minion duration. I don't even know what other minion duration is on this tree, honestly. I have no fucking clue where you can even get more minion duration. But yeah, like with those 3 nodes, 0.3 second cooldown, unless you get extremely unlucky, like you're gonna have all 3 permanently up. But for an aura bot, that's fucking worthless because I already have these. Regular skill duration won't work because it's not a skill. Level 10 aura, I'm gonna assume it's level 20. Or like it scales with your level. I assume at level 85 it's gonna be at least level 20. So like even with just the minion duration on the tree, you would have to be super unlucky to not refresh one with this level cooldown. Like you're gonna have permanent buffs of all 3 of these buffs. That's cool. Summons a Sentinel of Radiance, which follows you and attacks enemies in melee while burning enemies around it, taking a portion of damage from hits for you. That's very little life. The 10% is on the node. He's only one of the 3. There's nothing in any of this text that would imply that you can't have all 3 at the same time. I don't think. This or yeah, like you'll only have one relic. Like it spawns when it spawns a relic, you get one relic that's either fire, cold, or lightning. And it gives you that aura. And then 0.3 seconds later you spawn a new one. If you already have that one, it'll just refresh the duration. If you don't have that one, you'll spawn a new one. Instead of summoning a new one, right? Like I would say like 99% this is summoning all 3. Like you'll have all 3 if you're blasting. But there's no aura effect, there's no generosity. These minions can die. And when they die, they have a big ass explosion. That actually is a pretty big number for an explosion. Can you give him aura effect with Necro Aegis? Probably, if that exists on shields. This one, the Sentinel of Radiance, this has to be 20%, right? Like 10% here and 10% on the Guardian node? Or, I feel like if it's only 10, that's like kind of weak. I wonder how relevant this is. 30% of its life per second, but you can't support it with any skill gems. Is it with minion life on the tree? Yeah, it should. And minion damage. Yeah, I mean, on support, I'm not playing either of these. Unless this thing somehow inherits your aura effect. Like, I'm not going to give my party these shitty buffs. I'm going to run Generosity, 150% increased aura effect versions of them for my squad. Like new Guardian support would then be like probably the recovery node, the block node, and the link node probably is what I would do. Yeah, like having to summon the Sentinel of Radiance, not ideal. It's not the slowest cast time at least. Like golems are 1 second cast time by default. 500% 50k DPS. Yeah, but then you also have like curses and stuff. But 30k life, I don't. That's a lot of investment to get that. But if all the Sentinel does is easily clear white monsters, that's useful. If it's got a big radius, 30 is like kind of okay. Yeah, but like it's also pretty easy to get minion AoE. Well, I guess you get less of it now because Guardian doesn't have the minion AoE anymore. But like there's like a mastery for like 30. So it'll be like kind of big, 33, 35-ish. And then one relic per character limit. If there is, this is like beyond worthless for buffing. If there's a one relic limit, it's just gonna be refreshing and giving you a different buff like every fucking third of a second. It's gonna be awful. Rotating between fire, cold, lightning. Actions one holy relic from the holy relic skill. Yeah, that makes sense. That one has a baseline restriction, but I assume it says that on the relic itself. Like it says on the bottom text, maximum 1. So like, if there was a cap, it would say right here maximum 1 of this relic name. It's clearly 3 or Yudasog. Yeah, this is 3. This is 3 or it's Chieftain. Wait, shit. Chieftain still says stationary, right? It might be 1, guys. Just 3 it's gonna be insanely broken? I don't think so. The reality is, you get nothing else on the Ascendancy, right? If you're picturing this like, oh, I'm gonna wear like a fucking bow and have all 3 auras and stuff, a good bow Ascendancy gives you like 2.4 times more damage. And you can run your own juiced up auras for yourself for the type you're scaling.